Hello lovelies, and today is just a really quick video for my YouTube Pagan challenge part. And the question was, how do you talk to non-pagans about paganism? And I usually use psychology because I believe that, not believe, but looking at factuality, a lot of like newer modern ways in which people are ways to go about counseling is very tied to pagan belief systems, or at the very least new age. And I'll explain, for example, like when they say, oh well, a candle magic spell, like why would you do that, that's not gonna work, blah 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 blah. I will try and like reason with them that it has something to do with cognitive reconstruction and try and do it in a psychological terms. So since they aren't going to grasp the idea that magic works, I try and explain it in a psychological way, and I try and use metaphysics as well. So I try and use facts and figures. And of course there's those like extreme Christians who aren't gonna listen to you no matter what, and don't want to hear facts and figures, and don't want to hear anything about psychology, don't want to hear anything about metaphysics, they don't want to hear anything scientific. So, or the proof that there is proof that people can have actual abilities such as ESP, empath, and things of that nature, but they're not going to want to listen to it, so why even bother? I will try and explain that like a lot of their holidays, if not all, have been in some manner stolen from some sort of paganism, such as the Christmas tree aspect of the Christmas. Not just that, but the date happens to lie around the winter solstice when Jesus would have been born. Not at that time. Some people say March, some say July, what have you. The Easter Bunny eggs, their whole, what's it called, All Saints Day or All Souls Day, those all come after Samhain and then Halloween, etc., etc. You know, you can try all you want to explain to these people. I try and do it by using theories, facts, psychology, science, what have you. I try and stay very wise mind, as they call it in psychology, which is just being mindful and very, you know, straightforward, not showing any emotion. But that doesn't always work. Yeah, Freya, my daughter, wants to join in the conversation. You know, I make these YouTube Pagan challenge videos very lax and chill, and don't put much like work into them. So I just quick make them. So sorry about that. Hence why there is no makeup on my face, and I've been busy moving. So yeah, I mean, I used to get really riled up. Maybe coming from my activist background, I used to pretty much get very in their face and do it the same way I did when I was an activist. But it doesn't pay to. I say just try and find facts and figures of metaphysical, scientific proof. But of course, again, a lot of the people that are non-pagans who don't want to listen to you are Christians and aren't going to give a shit about facts and figures to begin with. Atheists and agnostics, however, they'll listen to you, they might argue with you. Agnostics are pretty open-minded to it. Atheists, however, you know, a lot of them could be like, well, you know, I agree with you with the cognitive reconstruction if that's the way that you go about it, if that's the way it's going to work for you by doing a spell. But of course, that's not exactly what I'm meaning. I'm trying to explain, like, how that kind of stuff works, and, like, not all pagans believe in or go with the whole law of attraction thing, and that's more of a new age thing, but some pagans do take that on, and that's pretty much what that's all about. I mean, it's very equivalent. A lot of the things that pagans and new agers do have now been taken in by the mainstream and just renamed, and also into the psych world. But it essentially does the same thing and is still magic at heart. But I also try and explain, the earth-based thing. I go into historical facts. It still doesn't matter. I try and use the whole, prior to 4,000 years ago, it was a matriarchal or equal society, and it was all very earth-based, and we worshipped the sun and the moon and the earth because, blah, 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 and all the holidays had to go around the harvest, and everything was all, I try and go into the whole historical thing. But again, atheists and agnostics will hear you out about that. Christians tend to just be, it depends on the type of Christianity. Some of them will be like, yeah, well, that was before Jesus came, but then there'll be ones that will believe that the earth is only 4,000 or 6,000 years old to begin with, who will not even give a shit and say, oh, that's made up nonsensory. So, I mean, does it pay to try and talk to these people, or does it not? I don't know. But I do think that, a lot of Jung and a lot of psychology and metaphysic and historical and cultural anthropology factual evidence can really help in a decent conversation with level-headed Christians as well as atheists and agnostics. However, others, it doesn't even pay. You have to kind of use the same type of mindset I did as an activist. Does it pay to argue with this person or try and discuss my views with these people? If we can't have a, calm, cool debate, no point. Or discussion, no point in talking. It's the same way with this kind of stuff. Some people, it's just not worth your time. And that's that. So, I love you all. Subscribe, all that good stuff, like I normally say. In 2 days, I will have my another empaths and relationships video for you all. I'm still unpacking, but yeah, that's it. Love you. Bye.